Hello, welcome to W231 Professional Writing Skills. My name is Erin Kelly. I'm going to be your instructor for this summer. Uh, just to give you a brief overview of who I am and some of my background. I've got degrees in English from the University of Iowa and from IUSB, and I've been an environmental consultant for 15 years, which obviously involved quite a bit of professional writing. I worked with clients including the Army Corps of Engineers, the Arizona Attorney General's Office, the Arizona Department of Environmental Quality. So, in order to be successful as a consultant, I really had to diversify my skill set as far as who I wanted to be as a communicator and specifically a professional communicator, which is what led me to teaching this course. And so, hopefully, some of my professional background will lend itself to our sort of discussion in these online spaces this summer, and hopefully, they will help to sort of enrich the experience. So, I try to make this as real world as possible. So what I'm hoping is that, certainly the online space creates sort of a barrier between us in some senses, but in other ways, this is really what the professional world is going to be like, collaborating with people that you don't necessarily interact with in a physical space, in an office, or what have you. So I think in that sense, conducting this course in an online space will be pretty advantageous for us. So I really try to create this real world feel, and I want you to sort of imagine that I'm your supervising manager or whatever, and that your classmates are colleagues, and that we're working to help one another improve our writing and improve our work product. So the rest of this video is just a short overview and orientation to the course, and I'm going to walk you briefly through the syllabus. So the way this course works, obviously everything's going to happen on our Canvas page, or most everything for the course is going to happen. Most of our interactions will happen via Canvas. The main thing you need to know is that you want to be checking in with our Canvas page regularly, at least every other day, if not daily. How this is going to work is you can see over here on our course page, there are all these tabs. Hopefully most of us are pretty familiar with Canvas, but for those of you who are not, you're going to want to play around with the site a little bit and acclimate and get comfortable using Canvas itself. So right now we're on our home page. I've got the home page set up this week so that it defaults to the syllabus itself, that you can sort of orient yourself to the course. After the first week, I will make the sort of activity stream for the course will be the homepage. That'll be the thing you see when you log in, and you'll have to go over here and click on the syllabus tab to see the syllabus. I basically loaded the syllabus under the syllabus tab, but you can also click the link at the top and get to a Word version to print the syllabus if that's helpful for you. The syllabus will always be here under the syllabus tab. Pretty straightforward. You also are going to want to make sure you're checking in with the announcements tab from time to time. I've already have obviously an announcement posted about the course text and some of the best ways and strategies for obtaining the course text. The text for our course is a custom publication. It's basically a condensed version of a long and expensive text called Business and Administrative Communication by Kitty O'Locker and Dada Kinsler. So this book usually runs somewhere in the neighborhood of $150 to $300. So in order to help IUSB students save money, IUSB created this custom publication. However, it still costs somewhere in the neighborhood of $65 to $80. So if that still seems expensive to you, check out this announcement. You might try looking into renting the full version of the Business and Administrative Communication from Amazon. So you're going to obviously go to the home tab. Typically that'll be our activity feed for the week. You'll be checking in with announcements. The other big tab that you really want to make sure you're checking in with often is modules. Everything you need for this course is going to be under the modules tab. So here's our week 1 module, and basically I set it up so it links to assignments and it links to where you need to go to submit your big assignments. So there are links throughout each module that'll take you where you need to go. And then once you've worked through this week 1 information, for example, this week, you'll hit next and it'll take you to the first big assignment, which is currently locked. I've set up this course really so that you're only working on 1 week at a time. So you can't necessarily work ahead because that's not going to be advantageous. I'm going to be giving you new information. You're going to be learning as you go, so you won't necessarily be able to be successful on the week 2 activities until week 1 is complete. So You work through the week 1 module this week, and then on Sunday at midnight, I will open up the new module, which brings us back to our homepage in the syllabus. This is how the course is going to work. I've set it up so the course, our 6-week course here, our condensed course, runs each week from Sunday essentially at midnight or 11:59 p.m. to Sunday at 11:59 p.m. So our first week is obviously a little strange because we have the 4th of July holiday built in there. So we're actually starting Tuesday to Sunday. I don't think that'll throw us off too much because our first week we have relatively easy assignments. We're sort of getting our feet wet here. So basically your first major assignment or your major assignments for each week are due on Sunday of that week at 11:59 p.m. However, you will also have sort of more discussion-based assignments due at 11:59 p.m. on Thursday of each week. So the way this will work is, for example, during our first week, you have your first reading response, um, which is basically, I have asked you to sort of introduce yourself and tell me something about your writing background under discussions. That's going to be due at 11:59 p.m. on Thursday, July 7th. And then your first major assignment this week, which is a memo, will be due at 11:59 p.m. on Sunday. At 11:59 p.m. on Sunday, at the same time, this module for week 2 will open up, and you'll receive the information and assignments for the second week, and you can begin work on the second week of the course. So that's how this works. Each module runs Sunday to Sunday, each week basically. You have big assignments due on Sunday at midnight, but you also have smaller assignments due on Thursday each week at midnight. So you know Thursday and Sunday are your 2 big deadlines for this course each week. If you have questions, run into problems, anything like that, as we go throughout the course, the first thing I recommend you do is consult the syllabus. Obviously, that has contact information, course overview, overview of university policies, what to do if you run into difficulties. If the syllabus doesn't answer your questions, though, make sure you're communicating with me. That's going to be our best bet to be successful together in this course. So make sure you're asking questions early and often. I've taught this course face-to-face a number of times, but this is my first time teaching it online. So while I've done my best to be as clear as possible and try to anticipate problems and get everything well organized, I may have missed something. So feel free to contact me or make an appointment to come to my office if you're on campus. If there's anything you don't understand or feel could be more effectively organized, I'm happy to address that information. In fact, that's why I'm here. So make sure you're asking questions if you're at all confused as we go. In order to do that, you'll obviously need my contact information here on the syllabus. Again, my name is Erin Kelly. My office is in Wycamp Hall on the 3rd floor. It's 3145. Email is by far the quickest route to contact me. I'm usually pretty fast with that. I promise a response within 24 hours if it's Monday to Friday. If it's over the weekend, it may be up to 48 hours. But like I said, I'm usually even quicker than that. My office telephone number is here. You can feel free to email me, call me at any time, and I'm happy to set up an appointment to sit down with you. So face-to-face is wonderful, and just because we're in an online space doesn't mean that I'm not willing to meet with you. So feel free to contact me, and we can set up an appointment to sit down almost any time. Okay, quickly, brief overview of the course itself. So this course is a professional writing course, which is a different style and very sort of prioritizes a different skill set than academic or creative writing or some of the styles of writing that you may be used to. One of the big things that sets professional writing apart from other styles of writing to me is that you can never assume in a professional sphere that you have a captive audience. So your writing is always working to earn and keep your reader's attention. So that's pretty significant. In academic writing, the first year writing courses you took, or in a creative writing class, you usually get to assume that your reader's going to stick with you throughout your 8-page research paper or throughout your creative story. Not so in professional writing. So we're constantly trying to get and keep our reader's attention, and we're doing this by making sure our writing is clear, concise, and correct. So this course is really intended to provide you with an introduction to the style and give you some skills necessary in professional, supervisory, and managerial positions. So these skills are really sort of the requisite skills you need. So a large part of this course, again, is going to involve interacting with other students, interacting with me in online spaces. So this means you're really going to just need to stay on top of things, reading and commenting on other students' writing, participating in the class via the reading and peer response activities due each Thursday at midnight. Um, you really, if in this online space, I want to emphasize that students are going to need to be independently motivated, self-regulated, active participants. So you still have to contribute to the course, but you're just going to have to sort of be on top of yourself. It's much more self-regulated in an online space, which again will translate very nicely to your professional experiences down the road. You should expect the course to require 6 to 8 hours of your time each week in order to succeed. It's a writing course. There's some intensive reading, and we're abbreviating 16 weeks into 6 weeks. So it will be sort of a time-intensive 6 weeks, but I think we can still make it fun and make sure you feel like you're really learning something about this unique style of writing. But again, throughout, you want to keep in mind that your steady participation and timely submission of your work are the key to success. So just really staying on top of things. I'm going to let you guys read the course goals on your own. There's 7 of them. The main things we're going to work on is orienting our writing toward a specific goal and to a specific audience. So we really think about imagining who our audience is and who the professional persona we want to create for that audience. And then what's the job of our writing? So in the professional sphere, we always have a goal in mind as we write a document. And then some of the things from your professional or from your academic writing experience, from your first year writing course potentially, will come into play here. Things like revising, editing, making sure you're producing error-free documentation, hugely vital and important in the professional writing sphere. Here's information on the course texts. Again, check in with announcements for some additional information. If you're running into confusion, feel free to email me. Some other tidbits here from the syllabus. You have 5 major assignments due on Sunday at midnight each week. The assignments increase in complexity and value to your grade. So each week they get a little bit more difficult and they impact your grade a little more. So these assignments are going to include the following here. So again, the major assignments are those that are due at midnight on Sunday of each week. So the first one this week is a memo assignment. During week 2, we're going to work on producing a professional letter. During week 3, you'll be producing both a letter and a memo, specifically delivering negative or bad news to a client. And then we'll work on a resume and cover letter during the 4th week of the course. And during weeks 5 and 6, you'll be working on a research report as a group. So I'll put you in groups and you'll be working together. Certainly you're welcome to meet on campus in a physical space, but you can also collaborate via Google Docs, via email, however your group chooses to set it up. I want you, again, to get the professional experience, what it's like to sort of work with one another in online spaces. So that's 100 points. That's a big chunk of your grade. So those are the 5 major assignments. You have to turn in all of them to pass the course. The more minor assignments due on Thursday at midnight of each week are peer and reading responses. There's 4 peer responses due this summer and 4 reading responses. Those do add up quite quickly, so you want to make sure you're staying on top of those. I have notes down here about participation, so it's really vital that you're checking into our Canvas site regularly. We've condensed the 16-week course down to 6 weeks, so this means if you fail to participate, complete readings, complete assignments at any point, you miss a tremendous amount of important information. So basically, not to be doing this to be mean, but seriously, because it'll impact your success in this course. If you fail to submit work on more than one occasion, chances are good, or you will automatically fail the course. So you want to keep that in mind. Again, not necessarily a policy to be mean, but because it'll be that detrimental to your ability to succeed and sort of keep up with the momentum of things. Of course, we're all human beings. We have things that happen to us outside of the classroom. So if you're unavoidably prevented or you've got something dire going on in your life, check in with me. Make sure you're communicating and we'll work out a plan. So I do accept late assignments, but I deduct points fairly dramatically. So again, if you know something's going to be late, you want to make sure you're getting in contact with me, we're talking about it, and we're working on an alternate plan for you. Our summer is going to go lickety-split here. These 6 weeks will go by fast. So communication is going to be the key to making sure everybody stays on track. So our next chunk here of the syllabus is the university policies, which appear on all the syllabi you receive each semester. So I'm going to allow you to review these. Another note, or final note potentially, is that I've got this course schedule laid out for us here at the bottom. So to navigate this, you want to, basically I've got a column over here. So this is week 1. And the first column is the prep work, the work you will need to do to sort of make sure that you're successful on your assignments. So during this first week, you're doing the first step right now, you're watching the orientation video, take a careful look at the syllabus, then you're going to want to read the first 3 chapters in the course text and read and or watch the memo writing strategies video that I've created. This also includes some more detailed instructions on our first big assignment, the memo assignment. So if you watch this actually before you read the course text, you may want to try that. I have prepared a presentation here that sort of walks you through the highlights of these chapters, and then you could go back through the chapters and make sure you understand them, the really significant information to the best of your ability. Then you could go ahead and do your assignments. In fact, you may not even need to do the readings completely before you do your introductory reading response, which is due Thursday, July 7th at midnight. As I said, that introductory reading response is sort of, who are you, what's your writing background, what do you want or expect from this course, and you'll post that, you'll go under modules and there's a link to submit that assignment. Then you'll have major assignment 1, the professional memo, due at midnight on Sunday, and our week 2 module will open up. So this course schedule you can sort of walk through, but it provides you with an overview of what each of our weeks will look like up to August 7th when, or August 14th when our summer session ends. So again, review this information more carefully, and then you'll want to go to the modules tab and just walk through it. Some of this you're already completing. So make sure you walk through these, click on links, and then you just simply hit next when you're ready to move on to the next thing. So that's our brief orientation video. Feel free to email me or call me with any questions or concerns. And best of luck with week 1. Thank you.